everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Hollywood Dream Podcast, the podcast where we talk to the people that are making film and TV all around the world. And in today's episode, I'm talking to Japanese filmmaker Hiroki Wakamatsu. Hiroki just had his world premiere at the thought-provoking Film Festival a couple of weeks ago, where he premiered his sci-fi film, Hakoniwa. He agreed to do the podcast all the way from Japan. He's back in Japan, so we're meeting via the Riverside FM, which is a platform where I record the podcast. And we're going to talk about his journey as a filmmaker, his movie Hakaniwa, Japanese cinema, and so much more. So enjoy this episode with Hiroki Wakamatsu. How are you and how is Japan?
Yeah, it's good. I'm safely back in Japan. And
what time is it over there?
It's 2 a.m.
Oh my God. Well, thank you so much for staying up.
Oh, no. Thank you very much for having me.
How was your experience at the thought-provoking Film Festival?
Oh, it was wonderful. Really, I really enjoyed a lot, and people are so kind and nice, and I am so impressed by other artists and filmmakers, and also
yeah. How was I didn't go to your premiere because I had to work at my other job. But how was it seeing everybody's reaction to your film and just experiencing your film in a theater setting with people there?
Yeah, I think I was very, I don't know, how can I say? I was happy to hear what their thought of my film. I think I made a kind of very private film. I don't know, how can I say? It's very related to my own life. So it was
your own personal experience?
Yes, exactly. So it was really good to hear what they thought of, what they I don't know how. Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah. It was so.
No, keep going. You can keep going.
Okay. Yeah. I think it was like looking back my life, and when I was started to study filmmaking. It was kind of late because it was my 26. I was 26 when I was studying in filmmaking.
That's not late.
Yeah.
That's still young.
Yeah, thank you. I felt very pressured because many people are starting very young. So, but yeah.
I started around the same time as you, around 25, 26.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's good.
But I study acting first. I was studying acting.
Oh.
And then I started writing and making films because acting wasn't as fun as I thought it would be.
Oh, interesting. So you like writing stories more?
Yeah.
And
I like writing
films?
more and just kind of bringing the stories to life.
That's fantastic.
I read that you have a background in education and psychology. What made you change professions and pursue a career in filmmaking?
Oh, when I was in university, I was studying education and psychology, but I was also joined to a club, like a filmmaking club. So
Okay.
I met filmmaking in the university, and it was such a fun experience. And it was very interesting to write stories and make it to a life. So
Yeah.
I really wanted to pursue the career. So I decided to study filmmaking. And I decided to go to United States to study filmmaking. So
How was your experience at Chapman University, right?
yes, I went to Chapman
How
University.
was that experience and attending the MFA program?
Oh yeah, it was really great experience because I met a lot of people there, and they had different backgrounds, and I could learn from them a lot. And I also love to learn about American history too. And I think Japan doesn't have so much diversity compared to United States. And so it was so kind of shocking to me to learn so many people are living there and kind of fighting for their life. So it's I am very impressed, and I got inspiration from them too. So
were you ever or do you have any interest in making films here in the States?
yeah, I really want to make a film in the United States again, because they have a lot of people who has different backgrounds, and I want to tell the story with people with different background. I think very limited to tell the story with just Japanese. So I wanna collaborate with a lot of people from all over the world. So
well, I hope you were able to exchange information with a lot of filmmakers at the Art of Brooklyn. So you have a network there that you could pull from.
Yeah, it was fantastic to meet people there, and I really want to collaborate with them.
Yeah. I know that's the beauty of like going to film festivals, so you can meet people from all over the world and you can collaborate eventually sometime in the future.
Yeah, it was great experience.
How is the filmmaking scene in Japan? There's so many great Japanese films. Would you say that it's just as big as Hollywood, or how is the scene there?
It's very different. I don't know how can I say. It's very difficult to make film as an independent filmmakers in Japan because we don't have so much resource here.
Okay.
Compared to United States, because in the United States they have a lot of studios and stage and like some warehouses, a lot of location which looks so beautiful and like very cool. But in Japan, we don't have so much great places to shoot. I think for foreigners, maybe it looks very unique and very cool. But for Japanese, as I am Japanese, I feel I wanna shoot in more different locations.
Yeah.
And yeah. For example, I like sci-fi movies and fantasy movies.
Yeah.
If I want to shoot the sci-fi and fantasy in Japan, it's very difficult because we don't have how can I say, very desolated
Limited?
place. It's too clean. I don't know.
Okay.
In Japan, I think
it's not really rusty.
Don't know.
Right?
Yeah, right.
It's very nice and beautiful.
So it's difficult to shoot in Japan. I think I want to shoot rusty places.
Yeah. Well, you can come back to Brooklyn and shoot here.
Yes. It'd be awesome. Yeah,
I was also.
Sorry.
Oh no, I was also reading that aside from crowdfunding, you received help from the government to shoot your film Hakaniwa. What type of help does the government in Japan offer filmmakers?
I shot Hakoniwa during the COVID pandemic. So we got a grant from government for support for artists during COVID pandemic.
So it's not a regular thing. That was just COVID.
It's not. Right.
Okay.
So I think we don't have so much funding, government funding compared to Europe or Canada or any other places. So it's kind of difficult to get funding.
Okay. I thought it was like a regular thing.
No, towards for COVID pandemic.
Well, that's still nice that they did that.
Yes, right. It helped me a lot. So I'm very grateful for the funding.
Was it difficult to shoot during COVID over there?
Yeah, I think so. It was very difficult because I need to be careful about actors and crews. Because if we have someone who got COVID, the production need to be shut down, and I am responsible for the shooting. So, and it was kind of the beginning of the COVID pandemic, so everybody was afraid of going out, and if we have a crowd meeting, people gonna attack us while they are meeting, and so it was very difficult time to shoot, I think.
Yeah.
So
I know. I was going to an MFA program during the pandemic, and we had to shoot our thesis during the pandemic, and that was very difficult. It was a nightmare.
Wow. Oh my gosh. It must be tough.
Yeah, it was very... So your film has a very intriguing and interesting concept, connecting your brain waves to an AI to find healing. What made you explore that idea and like tell that specific story, and what type of message were you trying to convey to audiences that see Hakaniwa?
It's a really good question. I think when I was writing about the concept, the story of Hakoniwa, I think it was the AI and metaverse was very cutting edge technology. So I really wanted to cooperate with the technology and the stories. So I don't know, and I thought it could be interesting to write a story about some how can I say and
AI?
I don't know, AI and
Yeah.
like
I know, because that's very popular now with like Chat GPT and all this AI technology happening around us.
right. So yeah, but I also thought AI has also limitation because AI doesn't have an emotion, but human does. So I want to explore more about the concept of human has emotion, but AI doesn't. So what we could do as a human beings for future, and what AI could do for the future, so we can do separate things, and also we need to live together, I think, because AI gonna be very important part of our life in the future, I think. So
I know it's becoming to be now.
Yeah, I think so. So I really want to imagine what we gonna do if we have AI next to us. So and emotion was a key for me for the story, and sympathy and empathy type of thing, connection with people. Yeah, I'm talking very randomly, but
no, I
during
get it. You're making sense. You're making sense.
I'm glad. I think during the COVID, I think people need to stay away from each other, right?
Yeah.
Because so we want to have a connection, emotional connection between us. Even we need to be separated. So I also wanted to tell a story about emotional connections.
Would you say that your background, like in psychology, kind of influenced the story that you were trying to tell, and just influenced your filmmaking in general?
I think so. It's influencing a lot. And I always tend to think about psychology behind the conversation or human life. So it is very it was good to study psychology, I think.
Yeah.
For me.
And this is your second sci-fi?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, I made a sci-fi short for my thesis.
And then this is
So
your first feature film, right?
it's my first feature film.
How was your experience working for doing the short film, and how did that shape you as a filmmaker and prepare you to make this feature? And what lessons did you learn from doing the short that you brought with you to better your skills with Hakaniwa? Was that too much?
Oh, well, that's a really good question. I think making short is very good practice for feature film. But yeah, I think I really want to make short films again, because feature film is very difficult to make and lot of thing to prepare.
Yeah.
So compared to short films, feature film was monster. I couldn't imagine how far to make a feature film. So yeah, but making short films helps me to how to prepare for shooting, and also how to write a film. Like a short film, we need to make a story very concisely. So we need to have a very strong story to tell, right? So it was very great practice to make story very strong. So yeah, I think I really wanna do more short films again.
Yeah.
Before doing
Short films are
second
fun.
feature film. Yes, short films are fun and very
Is there a particular story that you have in your head that you would like to tell as a short film?
I think I really wanna make films. Also, I wanna make film with some action, like a fighting scene.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah, I think I wanna make something fun for next time, and some more entertaining films.
Yeah.
So
how long was the production for Hakaniwa?
it took over 2 years.
2 years?
It took so long.
Yeah.
I think 1 year for pre-production and 1 year for post-production.
Okay.
And it's like a never-ending project. So
are there any memorable moments or challenging moments from the production that were like unexpected or surprising that kind of helped the film, or maybe some stressful moments that you had to power through?
Yeah, I think
the whole thing.
Yeah, whole thing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think it was my first feature. It was my first time to shoot in Japan too. So the gathering crews and casts are very stressful because I didn't have any connection before. So I needed to do from the scratch. So it took a long time to know each other, and so yeah, I think maybe next time I'm gonna do better because I have more connections and I know people more. So
Yeah.
it.
What are some? I love Japanese films. So, are there any films that you can recommend to watch?
Oh, that's
Some of your
difficult.
favorites?
So you like live action or you like anime
I like
animation?
horror films.
Horror films.
Yeah.
So I think
Japan
you
is really
already.
good with horror.
I think Japanese horror is very scary. I think,
Yeah.
and I think you already have seen like a Ju-on or how can I say? I need to search English title. I think. Let me search. I think Grudge.
Oh, The Grudge?
Yeah,
Yeah, I've seen that one, yeah.
it's
And I
so
saw
scary.
The Ring, which is based on the Japanese film.
Right, Ring. It's very
And
scary
then
too.
I recently saw one on Netflix about a group of school children who keep reliving their same day over and over, and they keep dying.
That's
I forgot the name of
interesting.
it, but
Oh, what,
let
which
me
one
see. I
is it?
forgot the name of it. But no,
Sounds
I
great.
like those type of films. I feel like Japanese is really good. Will you ever be interested in doing horror?
Yeah, maybe some days. I think, and I wanna do for maybe. And I think it's very good for independent filmmaker to make horror films because I think we can limit the location too for horror film. So I think it's good. I need to think of the story
Yeah.
of horror.
Yeah, horror is really hard, I feel like, to do.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I think we kind of just jumped and started talking about your film. Can you give a brief synopsis of what Hakaniwa is? Because I think we just started talking about it, but we never really said what it was. Can you share what Hakaniwa is?
Okay. And Hakoniwa is about a guy who has traumatic childhood memories and who joins to brain experiment with AI android and she is emotional healing android. So he tried to connect his brain waves with emotional healing android. But as a study going on, he started to mix his fantasy world and reality world, and going back and forth from his past experience and present experience. So he tried to get out from his situation and tried to face with his real problem.
Okay.
So, I don't know.
And what do you hope audience take away from watching the film?
Well, I think my theme is emotional connection with others, and also loneliness and fighting with fear to connect with people. So I hope people gonna think we are not alone, or
Yeah.
so we can connect each other and we can help each other and understand each other more and make a better world.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
I hope.
I know I really enjoy the film. I rewatched it so it could be fresh in my memory to speak to you. So I thought you did a great job with it, and I really, I'm glad that you won. You won best drama.
Thank you very much. It was, yes, I was so happy.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful for the award. It made me so memorable experience.
Yeah.
So it means a lot.
I usually do a segment for the podcast. I just named it today, Fast and Curious. So it's just a bunch of questions about you, and you have 2 minutes to answer as many questions as you can. Will you be up for it?
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Let me try.
Let me set the timer. Hold on. Let me set the timer. So you have 2 minutes to answer as many questions as you can. I'm starting the clock now.
Wow.
What is your favorite hobby?
Listening to music.
What is your favorite type of music?
I don't know. Maybe R&B or J-pop.
Okay. What's your favorite movie of all times?
That's difficult. 7.
And what is the most unique place you've ever visited?
I went to South Africa. Cape Town.
Ooh, nice. What's the most exciting thing you've ever done?
I don't know. Went to the United States. I don't know.
Well, that's exciting. Are you a morning person or a night person?
Night person.
What is your favorite thing to do on the weekends?
Sleeping and going to cafe.
How many countries have you been to?
I think 5.
What's the name of the first movie you saw in a theater?
5. No, I can't remember, but I think Doraemon. It's Japanese anime.
Okay. What's the worst trip you've ever taken?
Trip?
The worst one, the worst trip.
I don't know. Worst trip?
Yeah. You can. I'll give it to you if you still answer.
Okay. I don't know. I didn't research about bus in Harrisburg.
Okay.
And I missed a bus, and I walked to a place that I took English exam, and I was so exhausted.
Okay.
So it was worst.
You answer 10 questions. That was good.
How many?
The most someone answered was 20, so you were halfway.
Wow. That so quick.
I know, he was fast. And my last question for you, since you went from a different profession, you went from psychology and education, and you jumped into film, do you have any advice for anyone who is working a regular job now and wants to make the jump to a creative field and is afraid to do so? Is there any advice that you could share from your own experience?
Wow, that's a good question. Yeah, I think, I said earlier it was too late to study filmmaking, but never be too late. So just follow your heart and just creating something what you like to do. So it's just jumping to the path you want to take. It's what I want to say, I think. And tiny thing is good start, I think. Just like drawing or like making music or playing guitar or anything creative can help you to express your emotions or stories or so. Just
I agree.
Yeah.
All you have to do is start.
Yes. I agree.
Well, thank you so much, Hiroki. I know it's 2 a.m. over there, so I'm really grateful that you stayed up to talk to me.
Oh, thank you very much for having me. Yeah, it was very great talking with you.
Yeah, same here.